Dating somebody that is diagnosed with true anxiety, it can be a challenge. My name is Eric. If you're new to my channel, hit the like and subscribe button. It's all about mental health, mental illness, suicide awareness, having a little bit of fun, and just knowing that you're not going through life alone. So hit that like and subscribe button. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I am diagnosed with ADHD, PTSD, GAD, and MDD. I lost a wife and a father to suicide, and I'm a recovering addict from alcohol and cocaine. I found that sharing experiences, stories, and what we've been through really helps other people out there who are struggling. The more that we share, the more that it lets people know that they're not alone. Dating somebody with anxiety, it's common. I'm diagnosed with GAD. It's general anxiety disorder. When you are dating somebody that is truly diagnosed with anxiety, there can be some struggles to it. The first most important thing to do is you got to learn about anxiety. You got to learn what anxiety truly is. It's not being anxious. It's not being shy. You have to understand that it can be crippling, that there might be times that you're in a car with somebody as they're trying to vomit, as they can't stop shaking of what an anxiety attack is, that there's different signs, there's different triggers, there's different things about anxiety, and some anxiety disorders are different. So truly learning what anxiety is, if you don't know what it is and you are with somebody who has anxiety and they do have a psychologist or psychiatrist, ask them to be able to go into one of the sessions and even be able to talk to the doctor a little bit to find out more about their anxieties, of how you can actually help them. Learning about anxiety is everything if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody that does struggle from it. Another big thing, listen. Listen to the person. When we are struggling with anxiety, we will share a lot. We try to voice it all out. We try to get it all out. We do share. And so listen. But the trick is listening to listen and not listening to respond. Actually listen to what we're saying and digest it. And it will help you understand. If you're trying to fix us because you think we're broken or damaged, all it's going to do is create a lot of conflict in that relationship. I've been in those relationships. Trust me. It starts to create a lot of tension and usually ends up dissolving. Ask about what the triggers are. Anxiety has triggers. It's triggers that spark our thought process to going down a very negative direction. When you start to really learn what somebody's triggers are, you can actually help them avoid them. You can help make sure that you don't bring up any of the triggers, and it can make it for a lot easier of a relationship where you understand that, oh, I crossed a boundary right here. I just hit one of your triggers, and then helping them ground themselves. It makes for that better communication. And when you ask somebody about their triggers, it shows that you truly care. It shows that you truly want to understand. So the more that you do ask and finding out what these triggers are, the bigger difference that you're going to make in their life. Don't assume it's all you. It's not. It's not all you. A lot of times we go down this route where when it comes to anxiety, that the other person feels that it's them. They're triggering us. They're causing our anxiety. They're pushing us too much. It's not. The assumption is the worst thing that you can do. Asking questions is the best thing that you can do. Having that clarity there. The more that you ask questions, the more that you assume that it's not you, because odds are it's not. I don't want you to not feel special or anything, but odds are it's not you. It's something that's going on in here of a past experience or of just negative thoughts that's bringing on anxiety for us. Ask and don't assume. Don't fear the emotions. And what I mean by that is don't fear the emotions, especially when somebody's having an anxiety attack or they're breaking down or they're just trying to make it out the front door. Don't fear those emotions. Don't fear what they're going through. Talk to them about what they're going through. You can't tell. A lot with the anxiety is talking through what we're going through because it helps override what our thoughts are. When we get different feedback from the outside, it stops us from thinking and we're listening going, oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, okay. You know what? It's okay. You know what? It will be all right. Don't fear what they're going through. Don't fear those emotions and give them support along the way. Learn what those emotions are. Watch how they act. Watch what happens. The more and more that you learn about it, the easier and easier a relationship is. Another big thing is care for yourself. Care for yourself if you're in a relationship with somebody with anxiety, because it does take a toll on you. I mean, it does take a little bit of a mental toll on you. You have to remember that you are also the most important. If you're not straight, that you're not going to be able to be there for somebody else. So make sure that you're taking time for yourself. Make sure you're having self-maintenance, self-love. I mean, if you have to take walks by yourself, take walks by yourself. If you need me time, have me time. And let the other person know that, hey, this is just my time to maintain myself. The more that you care for yourself, the more that you put into yourself, the easier the relationship is. And I feel that this is not only true in just dating somebody with anxiety, but in a lot of different aspects, is the more that we invest in ourselves, the easier that life is for us. And it's investing in ourselves in different areas. I mean, self-love, whether it's going out and doing something that you enjoy, reading a book, writing poems, drawing, doing your hobbies, of what you really find passions in. And even self-maintaining, of making sure if you're on medication, that you're taking your medication, that you're making your doctor's appointments, that you're doing the things that you need to do to function the best that you can and the best to your ability. Also, remember, you're just like me, you're not a therapist. Odds are you're not, at least. You're not their therapist. If somebody's going through anxiety, don't sit there and try and diagnose them. Don't sit there and try and talk to them as a therapist. Talk to them as a partner. What the fuck you going through, babe? What's struggling? Come on, talk to me. I love you. I mean, that's not how a therapist normally talks. A therapist is almost, in some cases, you feel that you're being talked down upon or you're being analyzed, especially when we're going through anxiety and we're going through some of the struggles. We don't want to be analyzed, and there is no analyzing us. What are you going to analyze us about? You're not there to fix them. You're there to enjoy a life with them. And you have to keep reminding yourself of that it is a life with them, that you've chosen to be with them. One of the best things that you can do is just making sure that they do take their medication if they are on anxiety meds, because that does really help us fight through every single day. Whether they're on Xanax or Klonopin, making sure that they take their meds, that's huge. That's not being a therapist, that's being a partner. Making sure that they're taking care of themselves. Lastly, check your own baggage. Nobody likes baggage. We all bring baggage into a relationship. I've been married 4 times. I mean, if you don't think there's baggage with me, there's baggage with me. There's baggage there. But I got to make sure that my baggage fits in the overhead compartment and that I'm not checking it on that flight. I have to keep in check what baggage I'm bringing along with me, and that no matter what my past experiences are, don't dictate what my future experiences are going to be. That maybe I've been in a relationship with somebody that had depression or anxiety, and I'm in a relationship with somebody that does have the anxiety. They're not the same people. That everybody reacts to things differently. And so bringing along any of that baggage into the relationship, all it's going to do is create even more stress. I mean, any relationship that you're in, if you bring that baggage with you and you put the blame of past relationships on that person, the fear of past relationships on that person, all you're going to do is set them up to fail. The more that you're open-minded and you realize that this is somebody completely different, this is somebody new, and have these new experiences with them, the bigger difference it's going to make, the easier the relationship's going to be, the more enjoyable the relationship's going to be. When it comes down to it, it's all about communication. When we are struggling out there, the more that we talk, the more that we share, the more that we're able to let you know what we're going through, the easier it is for you just to be that support for us, to be that backbone for us, to be that one that when we're struggling, we pick up the phone and we call you and say, hey, I need some help. And you understand what we're going through and you can talk us through it. I mean, it's beautiful what happens when you have that bond and when you have that connection, when you have that relationship. And you can. But again, it just comes down to listening. It comes down to caring for your partner. And that's what this is all about. I mean, hit the like and subscribe button. I'd love to hear your comments down below. Because when it comes down to it, the more that we share our experiences and our tools and our coping of what we've been through, the more that it helps other people out there. I mean, my whole goal is to bridge the gap between a crisis hotline and therapy, of sharing experiences, coping, support, just helping people fight through every single day. If you click the description box, you'll see different links down there to all my different social medias. You'll see links down there to the mental health Discord communities. It's peer-to-peer support of just helping each other and relating to each other and sharing with each other to remind us that it's okay to be not okay. And that it's also okay to be okay too. You can't forget that. There's also a flip side to it. The other thing, even, I have links down below to things on Amazon that I use, such as fidget spinners, fidget cubes, that help me through every single day fight off anxiety or depression. Even have a link down below to BetterHelp. If you want to try online therapy, link to BetterHelp's down there. Try online therapy. Again, it's trial and error to find out what works for you, because we're all different. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. But you know what? The more that we share, the more that we're going to help somebody out there who's just starting that struggle. And you know what? It doesn't have to be a struggle. And we got this together. You're a BAMF. You're a badass motherfucker. You've made it through 100% of your worst days to make it through 2 today. And you got this.